All right, hello everybody. Just a short episode today to sort of wrap up the tutorial with this program. I want to show you the whole bit of code there and get things going. Let's just go ahead and drop him right back on the charging station. There's some kind of bug going on with the charging station right now where sometimes it doesn't decharge when you put your guy on there, when you log back in, but otherwise we're doing good. So, I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited! It worked! If anyone is interested in seeing that code all the way through, I'll just run through it again here real quick. And if you are really interested, I will post it. Though, remember, this is my very first program in this language, and even though it mostly worked, we still gotta think about it here a little bit. But otherwise, I think we did pretty good. Yeah, so I guess I'm very curious as to what happened here, because it was the last couple of levels that it just kind of freaked out. It was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep moving forward. I mean, it has to be that, right? It has to be this, right? But it didn't do it on the first, 6 levels. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. We'll have to do some deep bug fixing to figure that out. It might be this right here, J equals D, break, else move forward. So maybe it was that. I don't know. Because he moved forward too many times. He moved forward twice, in fact, which I don't know how he did that, to be honest. Because he did it at the start of the loop, and I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, let me scroll through this real quick, and I'll try to explain it as we go, because I do want these to be kind of tutorials. So we're setting our variables. I'm assuming that this will work for any length and any width. You'll need more cobble and whatnot to make this work with other lengths and widths, though. A height of 6, so I probably will bring that down next time because it got a little too high. Slot, I'm setting it the slot to start at 1 because I'm going to select the slot every time I try to place a block. And turn is equal to 0. I'm either going to have him turn left or right. I just wrote a little function here. In fact, it's probably going to be more efficient to write a function that's literally, left or right, and does that, but we're not going to worry about that right now. There's a function here that does length by width. So for I equals 1, that's the length loop. And really, technically, this should be 0, but I'm terrified of what will happen now that everything works if I set this back to 0, which it should be, so I won't. And then this is a nested loop, okay? So this kind of is going to make it work like a grid. So it's going to do 1 column, and then it's going to do that same column a certain number of times, okay? So the outer loop is the number of columns it creates, essentially. The inner loop does each individual column. All right, so for j equals 1, w do, that's the width. So the if turtle dot get item count slot equals 0, then slot equals slot plus 1. So I'm adding 1 to the slot here, which means that I'm selecting the next slot. So here, turtle dot select slot, that selects the slot that I'm interested in. So it's always based off of whatever the slot number is. Right now it starts at 1, which is a valid slot number. Then it's going to dig down to make sure there's nothing underneath it. Then it will place a block down, and then it will move forward. Now, if it detects a block in front of it at this point, it's going to dig, okay? And that'll get rid of anything. And then it will move forward 1 space, okay? And then that's the end of the inner for loop. So that's the end of the column. At the end of the column, because it moves forward 1 last time, it's got to dig down and then place down. Okay, so it's got to place another block. And then this could be problematic if you did the math wrong, and what happened was you ran out your slot that you had selected didn't have a block in it. I think that would probably break. We might have to fix that. Then if I equals length, that means if the outer loop is at the end, okay? So if it's on its last iteration, it means it's not going to go through again. Then basically say, you're done, stop, okay? Break out of this loop, don't do the rest of this. If it doesn't hit that, then it's going to say, okay, it's doing a serpentine thing, okay? So it gets to the top and it turns right, it gets to the bottom, it turns left, it gets to the top, it turns right, so on and so forth. So what we have to do here is we have to say, well, if turn is equal to 0, that's a right turn. Okay, so your next turn is right. Then I turn you right, and I'm going to have you detect in front of you. If there's something in front of you, then dig, because I had problems with that, and then move forward. Then turn right, and then set turn equal to 1, because the next time it goes through, it needs to turn in the opposite direction, okay? So then we have an else if here, so it's an either or, essentially, is what an if and else if is. So either or, else if turn is equal to 1, then you do basically the same stuff, except in this case you turn left, and I basically told it to dig without checking if there's a block in front of it. So it's an extra step here that I'll live. Then turtle forward, then turtle turn left, and then turn is equal to 0, okay? So then we end all those loops and functions. And now here's my other function. Now this is the one that didn't quite work right, and I'm not sure why. So I told it that slot is equal to 5 because I want it to start, because I have it sort of build the foundation there with, regular cobble, and then I have it move up there and turn all the other stuff into what do you call it? I used stone bricks for the rest, so I loaded it that way. So in slot 5 was where the stone bricks were. And essentially this is very similar to what we did before. So for j equals 1, d do. Okay, so j starts at 1, and then it's going to count up every time. And then d is the sort of limit. Like, that's where it's going to end. I could also put a function there, so I could also tell it something like d is less than j, or d is greater than 5, or something, whatever. So that's like when it gets to that value, or that function, that's when it's going to end. So then it checks the slot and says, if the slot is empty, then add 1 to the slot. So then it selects the slot to make sure it's on the right place, and then turtle.place down. So it just drops a block. Okay, doesn't dig, it just drops a block. Now, if j and d are equal, then just get out of here, because we don't want to do this part. Otherwise, go ahead and move forward. Okay, that's all it does. That's all it does. Now, this is where, now I could put more of this, I could have it do one loop of the walls kind of every time here. I did it a little more, it's less efficient, but what are you going to do? So this is where I actually call the functions. This is where I actually sort of organize all that stuff into a single thing. So my floor is length by width, and for h equals 0, that's, I'm just calling it h. So in fact, this could probably be 1, and this would work the way I expected it to. For h equals 1, when you get to the height, until you get to height, do the rest of this. So it moves up 1 level. It turns left, the walls, and then it does the walls lengthwise. So it does the walls for how many times does it do it? Length. That's what that variable does. It sort of tells it, basically go this many spaces in this direction. Then it turns left again, and then the walls width plus 1. That works, I know. Then it turns left again. Then the walls are the length. And then turtle.turn left. Then the walls width plus 1. Because for some reason the width is different from the rest of it. I'm not sure why. And then it's going to go through that a certain number of times. And now I don't understand. And then basically I tell it to turn is equal to 0 again, because then when it gets to the end of the walls, then it's going to basically spin around, and then the turn is equal to 0, and then it does the floor again, length by width. I don't see where it got those extra spaces. I'm going to have to do some serious debugging, because basically in some places it moved forward twice, and I don't know where it would have done that. I don't know how it would have done that. Because I didn't tell it to do anything like that. There's nowhere in here where it moves forward twice. I mean, it might be this right here. It might be this. You know what? Is that? No, that's J. That's J. Huh. That is weird. But that's gonna have to be for another time. But that guy is essentially done. Because, yeah, he got up to, like... Let me count that out, actually. Let me look at this real quick. Just because if I can figure it out right this second, I don't want to leave it where you guys don't have any idea what has happened. Yeah, so he got through 1, 2, 3, 4 just fine. When he got to the 5th level, he moved forward 1 here. And he did the same on each way around. He was consistent, I'll give him that. And then when he got to the top level, he moved over 1, 1, and then 2, and then 2. I really don't know. I don't know why he did those things. Yeah, I'm sure it probably has something to do with that if J equals D thing. Oh, you know what? Could that be? That could be. I might have to reset J. Normally, in most programming languages, for a for loop, when you get, that variable you use to define what number you're on in the for loop, it basically, I might have to reset J. I don't know. I might have to tell J to be a different number. I don't know. Well, next time maybe we'll try to build another one of these and see if we can fix that. But either way, we're done. We're all done for the day, guys. I'm going to do one more quick check just to make sure if we found diamonds or anything cool like that, then we want to know about it. But otherwise, I think we're all done for the day. Yeah. Let's see here. Yep, there won't be anything cool in there. No. Nothing there. Nothing there. I mean, there's lots of gold. That's okay. I like gold. Oh! Wow. Saved by the water, because my jetpack just ran out. And I have no way to get back up there, guys. So, I didn't bring my ladders with me. I can't even see. Oh, dear. Alright, I guess I'm going to try this. Oh, good, I ended up in the corner. This is actually really helpful. Am I in the right corner? Yes, I am, thank God. Whew. This could have been epically bad. Note to self, always check your, thing. Yeah, I didn't get any diamond down there, that sucks. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn off this guy, because we don't really need him on anymore. And we'll take you with us. Yeah, wow, that could have been so bad. Whew. Always check your jetpack power before you start looking around in a deep pit, because that would have been bad. If that water hadn't been there, I would have been dead, and this would have been a very bad end to the episode. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and take all the goodies here. See how much stuff we got. Oops. Good amount of iron, it looks like. Silver. I'm not sure what silver's good for yet, to be honest. I don't really know what kind of stuff you can do with it. Lead. I feel pretty confident there's nothing I can do with lead that is of value right now. Again, Nikolite. I don't know what Nikolite does. If you know what Nikolite does, put it in the comments, because I think I even looked it up once on the wiki, and there was just nothing there. I couldn't find anything of value about Nikolite. 33 iron, that's all that I got out of that. That's interesting. I felt like I would have gotten way more. But anyways. Okay. I have been recording for what feels like 2 or 3 hours, guys. So I don't think it's been that long, but we're going to have to cut this one down a lot, I think. But I hope you've enjoyed. This has been Feed the Beast Week on my channel, so I hope you've enjoyed that. It's been fun to do. I'm loving this game. I really, really, really do. Just love this game to death. Especially this mod. Even playing it by myself, I thought maybe I'd get bored with it and think, well, I can do more fun stuff with this than what's going on here. Did I already pull all my copper? I guess I must have. Yeah, I've got lots and lots of copper, so that's not a concern really. Yeah, so I've got lots of tin, I got lots of iron, and I'm gonna have even more here coming up. So that doesn't have much left. Yeah. I definitely need better power that will run at night. I'm thinking about maybe like some kind of, especially now that I've got the furnace here going. In fact, you should get off of there because I don't want you to be running all night either. Yeah, so he'll charge back up to 100. What's your fuel level like? 16. I'm betting he used up a bunch of coal that he gathered up to make that happen, because he's got all sorts of fuel. He's got 7,000. He's fine. You will need to fuel some more before you excavate anymore. But that stuff will all smelt, and we'll have lots more stuff happening. And I've got dirt in the middle here. Was that what that Enderman did? That might be. Yeah, so we're going to get out of here, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, Feed the Beast Week. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing it. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see, and we'll get out of here. And thank you guys for watching.